Hey, welcome back to Teal House Farm. It's me and Nanny Bonanny, and we are getting ready to go into St. Louis for the day for some appointments at Children's Hospital. Hopefully her last appointment with the neurosurgeon, and we never need to see him again. So let's go. Let's see how she's doing, and hopefully we get cleared. One less specialist on our rota. Let's go. Okay, Nanny Banana, we made it. You ready? We have to see the doctor, and then we're gonna go see the physical therapists, and they'll have you do stairs and lunges and crazy things. Does that sound good? You finished your sandwich? Yeah. Okay, good job. We ate a super early lunch because her appointment is from like 11 to 1, which is lunchtime, so hopefully we won't get too hungry while we're doing all our work. Hit it harder.
So we're going not all the way down.
We're going down to number 2.
Well, do I have to push number 2?
Yeah.
Which one is it going to open?
Hang on in case somebody needs to get off. Is it empty?
Nope. Yep, that's it. Number 2. Why are we going on number 2?
Because that's where the bridge is to the hospital.
And what level is it there?
He's on number 4. First stop was the neurosurgery office, where Annie insisted she didn't want to sit with me and watch Peppa Pig because it was for babies, so she stood and watched it instead. And then we waited in his office for just a few minutes. They were all on time today, and the walls of his office are just covered with thank you letters and pictures from kids from all over the world who have had this surgery called SDR. And after the appointment, we got some super exciting news, and Annie was so excited to call Daddy to share it. At first, we didn't think Daddy was going to pick up the phone, so we were a little bit disappointed, but he did eventually grab his phone and answer, and Annie was able to tell him all about how well the doctor said that she was doing, and how he said that she doesn't need her big, bulky brace on her right foot anymore, and how Mommy promised her that we're going to go to Walmart and pick out some pretty shoes now. And then, of course, she wanted to talk to all of her brothers and sisters, so everybody was eating lunch at home, so we're all covered in ketchup, but everybody got to say hi, and Annie got to tell everybody else how the doctor said she doesn't need a big brace anymore. You ready to work? And then off to physical therapy we go. We're going to do a series of tests. These are the same tests she took right before surgery. So this video is 16 months old. This is the day before she had her surgery. And she is going to take the same series of physical therapy tests again today so that they can rank her improvement. So again, this video is from 16 months ago. This is the day before surgery. And then these videos are all from today.
Nice. Can you go one more time? To the door and then to the stairs? And when you go to the stairs, I want you to go up from this time. Nice. Good. And come on down this side, same way. Wow. Very good. Okay.
The therapy assessment has you do everything twice, once with braces on and once without. And the goal here that we want to see is that she basically scores the same with or without braces. And that's how we know not having the big bulky brace is a good choice for her. And she did really well and was able to do all of the activities, even the things she wasn't able to do before surgery, like going downstairs without a railing. She was able to do them all both with and without a brace on.
Big jump up high. You can do this. Yes, very good. Okay, let's do left side first, and we're gonna see how high we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good job. Okay, let's switch to the right side. 1, 2, good. You know what? Last time you couldn't do this at all, so even 2 seconds is amazing. Good job. And back to the door.
Oh, we're gonna run up the steps.
Extra fancy. Slowly down, please. Please don't run. And then run to the door. Go, 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 go. Nice job.
And we're all done, so let's head home. Okay, so we're back. We're getting ready to do some things with the kids. Sam went for a run. How did it go?
Okay, you coming in?
But overall, it went great today. Annie was a trooper because it's a really long day when it's doctors and then therapy assessments. It's just a lot. And then they stretch you and they make you ask you to do things that are too hard on purpose because they want to see how close you are. And so it can be kind of frustrating, but she's a trooper and she did great. And basically the big news is that the doctor really wants her to try life without a brace on her right leg. If you've been with us for a long time, she's always had a tall brace. It's called an AFO. We've done different styles. You know that the last one we tried was supposed to be a step down, more flexible, and there were some issues with that we kind of got resolved, and it's sort of working okay. But at this point, she's gained so much strength and she has great range of motion since the surgery that the doctor feels at this point what she really needs to work on is just strengthening more. And because the brace keeps your ankle and your leg kind of 90 degrees all the time like this, there's a little bit of motion in her brace, but really it does some of the work for the muscle, and so the muscle can only get to a certain strength point. Hang on just a minute, Ivy, okay?
I'm not asking the question.
Okay. And so the next step is to go down so that muscle has to do more on its own. And after meeting with the doctor and doing the therapy assessment, they both agreed, which is very uncommon that everybody kind of agrees, that she needs to take a step down. So she's going to go to a shoe insert, and so you won't even see it above her shoe. And then for days where we have to do a lot of walking or a lot of physical activity, they want her to have something called a carbon fiber noodle, which sounds really funny. I'll insert a picture of it right here. But it's basically, it's kind of does what her big bulky plastic brace does, but it's much smaller. And the idea behind that is the more tired she gets, so when we do a lot of physical activity and her legs get kind of tired, she starts dropping her toes and you just can trip easily, and you don't want her to fall all the time, right? So that, for those days where we have a lot of walking to do, we put on, and it just kind of forces that toe up. So even when she gets tired, that toe is going to get forced up. And so eventually that will hopefully go away too, and it'll just be a shoe insert. And the purpose of the shoe insert is just to give a little bit of support on the bottom of her foot and to remind her to step from her heel all the way through the toes and not short step it, because the shoe insert will have a hard surface, so she can't really stomp her feet like that, which is kind of the tendency to do when you have weaker feet or weaker leg muscles. It forces her and reminds her that she has to roll all the way through that step and continue her step like a normal gait pattern would look. So that's really exciting for Annie. It's been years of work to get here for her. She has worked so hard. It feels a little bit like a miracle. A lot of kids don't get to this point. And some of it's just, some of it's just luck. We met the right doctors. We made the right choices. We had the right opportunities to get her into those choices and those therapy intensives and things like that. So we feel very, very fortunate and very thankful. We'll show you the new brace when it gets here and see how it's working. But until then, we are done for the day. So thanks so much for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time. Bye.